Good morning, friends. Is it morning still? No, almost afternoon. I didn't want to bore you guys with the whole process of peeling all the pears, but I did promise, if you follow us on Facebook, to share my pear honey recipe. And it's not my recipe at all. It's all over the internet. And I've wanted to make this the last few times we've had a good pear harvest. It's just such a lengthy process. I don't do it. I've done it once, and I have never shared the recipe online, but it is decadent. Let me grab a jar that's in the fridge, and I'm going to show you. So what is pear honey? It is basically, there's no honey in the recipe, and it doesn't exactly taste like honey. It's just the texture in the, not even the texture, the consistency and the sweetness of a honey. So this has been in the fridge, so it's a little, I'm going to show you on the spoon. It's a little thicker because it's been sitting in the fridge than if it just came off the shelf. But isn't that neat? Doesn't it kind of look like honey? Kind of. But sickening sweet. Like if you ate a spoonful of honey, it's so sweet. And you're going to find a lot of recipes online. Even the one that I'm following calls for equal parts pears to honey or to sugar. No way, you don't need that. So I'm going to tell you what I do. So I have, and a lot of times you find recipes that say, you know, 10 to 12 or 8 to 12 pears. Well, your pear might be bigger than my pear. Like, how many cups? Just tell me how many cups. So I have a heaping 8 cups of pears in here. To that, we're going to add 1 cup of pineapple juice, oddly enough. And I just have, I'll tell you another hack I do. This is kind of some sludge at the bottom, but this is from making my mock pineapple with my zucchini. Every year I can my extra brine that cooks in, which is pineapple juice and sugar and lemon juice. And I'm trying not to get any of that goopy in there. And then I need 1 cup of that. So this does have sugar in it, so that automatically helps me cut the added sugar that I put in there. And then I only add like 5 cups of sugar, which my canister is just about out, so I'm gonna have to run downstairs and refill it. And then the lengthy part of this is you're gonna bring it to a boil, and I'll show you that process, and then you let it cook down for like 2 to 3 hours till it's that thickness and texture that you're looking for, you know, kind of like a honey spread. And that's it. Oops, excuse me. Now, I did include, if you saw at the beginning of the video, when I was doing the pears, there's like a just shy of a cup of water and a good glug of lemon juice. That water and lemon juice went in here too. So I need to go run downstairs and get the rest of my sugar. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put this on high so it can start heating up, and I'll be right back. Refilled, we're going in with our, it's a heaping 5 cups of sugar. But like I said, the original recipe said 8 cups. It doesn't need that. Maybe you need to cook it down a little longer. So, I don't know. Out of breathness, I was down there lifting 5-gallon buckets. All right, so we're going to stir this together, and we're going to bring everything to a rolling boil, and then we're going to cook this over medium to medium-low heat for, like I said, your desired consistency. Now, the first batch I did ever, I left the pears a little chunky in it. So I would have diced them a little smaller than you saw me do. So these are kind of like, you know, 1/2 inch to 1 inch chunks. This last time though, I did take, once the pears were nice and softened, I took my immersion blender through it lightly, like not trying to make it completely blended. Well, you saw the texture. There's still some chunk in there. That's total preference. So you could, you know, thinly julienne the pears and then keep that in the jar. You could leave these big chunks in the jar. It's 100% preference. I think I'm going to continue to blend because I really liked that. And then I'm going to share a couple tips in case that you've never processed pears before for something like this, or jam, or with the last load of pears, I'm doing pear sauce. You want to make sure that you trim your pears properly. So have you ever done the quizzes like for women? What's your body shape? Are you an apple? Are you a pear? Well, this is why women might be pear-shaped. Bigger chest, tiny waist, bigger hips. And you're doing that because you're cutting away from, it's an odd core. There's little grainy bits in there that you don't want. And I don't know that I could possibly get it to show up on camera. Let's see, we'll try. So, do you see those little grainy bits here? That's kind of just a mark, but it's so tricky. Focus. Beep, 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 beep. I don't know that it will show up, but that doesn't break down, is what I'm trying to share with you. You want to make sure that you're not getting any of that in your pear. And there's multiple ways. If you watch videos on how to cut a pear, some people will show cutting it and then scooping out the middle. I like to just take my first cut and then make sure I'm cutting around that shape. So you saw me do that. What other tip? Oh, save your cores if you want to. So I save my cores. I'll take this little stem piece out, and then I cut the bottom little bits off, the flowers bottom, and you can boil those in water and make basically pear scrap jelly or pear juice using a steam juicer or like a diluted pear juice, boiling them in water, and can that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. I'm just saving them so I can decide, because I do have a lot of pear juice downstairs. And if you had a lot of pear juice, then you can, and you don't feel like making jelly today, you can just make jelly in the future. So that's what we're doing. If you're interested in the pear sauce video, let me know in the comments. And I don't know that I've ever done a video on that either. I prefer it over applesauce personally. My grandkids absolutely love it. Oh, another thing you could do to this, so I've already made one batch, plain. You can add spices to this. You can throw a little cinnamon, little ginger, little nutmeg, some cardamom would be great in here. So whatever you want to do, you can make one batch plain and one batch spiced. I trust this enough, because I've done it, that I have other errands I need to run. Could you do this in a slow cooker? Possibly, if you left the lid like half on or all the way off, because you need that evaporation to happen. You don't want to trap all that moisture in here. You want it to be able to cook down. I'm saying a lot because I'm trying to think of what to say else. But yeah, I have to run errands. I'm gonna run to the store. Todd's home. I'm gonna just, once this comes to a boil, cut it down to just a couple notches below medium for me, and then leave the house and go do my errands, because last time it took a solid 3 hours for me. Okay, that's enough jabbing. I love it. It is divine. How do you use it? Just like you would honey, really. So are you going to put it on a biscuit? Are you going to put it on toast? Are you going to spread it on something savory like a pizza or some ribs, a pork roast? Are you going to put it on like a charcuterie board? You could have it stand alone. You could spread it over some cheese. So lots of fun ways to use it. Todd had it the other day on a biscuit, and I've already given a few jars away. So I'm looking forward to this being specifically one of the key little jars in my Christmas baskets this year. Okay, we're back. It's been about an hour, and at this stage I'm ready to go ahead and use my immersion blender and blend it, but I wanted to show you what to expect with respect to how much it's cooked down in that time. So I would say we've gone down about an inch, a half an inch, somewhere in between there. So I'm just going to do a quick pulse. Starting to get that real honey color look to it. Okay, that's about as much as I'm going to do. Let me grab a spoon so I can show you. So there are still, one second. So there are still a few bits and chunks in there, but the majority is, well, it's not the best spoon to grab some. The majority is this texture, really, really thin. So again, total preference on how, you know, chunky or not chunky you want it. So probably at least another hour on this. One second. Hopefully this works. Can you see that? Let me get my picture out, my head out of the picture. It's like a little barn with two farmers and a little boy walking up the driveway and a cow. It is just so cute. So I'm excited to have these Thank You For jars. And if you guys are interested in getting jars, they are, they're headquartered out of Florida, but they, we have a discount code. So it's shop 1870s and you get 10% off. We'll leave the description in the, or the link in the description. So I think that's what I'm going to can a lot of my pear honey and pear sauce in, and it'll just make cute jars for the giveaway. For my giveaway, not a giveaway on YouTube, just to be clear, for my Christmas gift baskets. I need to get these washed up and then we'll be ready to can here soon. Oh, something just happened to my pear honey, so maybe it's a good thing I didn't go run errands. This didn't happen last time at all. And that is, maybe I had it at a lower temperature I was cooking it at. I had some like sugar burn at the bottom of the pan. Let me show you. Do you guys see that? So now I gotta, hopefully it didn't mess up the taste of it too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it off, and this will just be a thinner pear honey. And that is part of the recipe too. You're gonna see that, let me bring you guys down here so you can see. So I'm fine with admitting, oopsies. That you can make it as thin or as thick as you like, just, you know, how you wanna use it. And I already saw how, you know, I cooked it down a bit more the last time, and it set up a little bit thicker than I would want in the fridge, because I would want it to be just a little bit more, not exactly pourable, but you know, like honey. So I'm gonna get these little black bits out. That's very disappointing. And then I'm gonna get some on a spoon and let you know if it affected the taste. Hopefully not too bad. And that's a shame. Especially because I want to, be able to gift this. I don't want it to be bad. Okay, I think I got the majority of it out. So I'm going to get a spoon and let it sit just for a little bit. And then we're going to start ladling our jars. And 1/4 inch of headspace is the right headspace for this recipe. Let's do it. It's been sitting here for a little bit, so you guys can, oh, hold on, let me turn it this way. So you guys can see it fall down the plate. Falls in a nice glob. You can, kind of like jelly or jam when you test it, you can draw in it. And I'm telling you guys, it is like heaven. So good. I'm so glad I chose to make it this year. So a little bit of a time commitment, but totally worth it. Last time I made it, I got 6 half pints. So we'll see what we get this time. And it just feels so good to have all these pears processed and put away. Okay. I'll show you guys the bottom of the pan when I get down there. So that is 2, 4, 5. So see my pan? A little caramelized down there. So just in case this happens to you, do you see, I don't know if it'll show up. There's a few caramelized sugar bits that got in the jars. I don't know if it's gonna show up. And I wanna taste it. Like this is my jar of discard, just in case some, a guest, a friend gets this in their mouth. What does it taste like? It doesn't taste burnt. It just tastes like caramely. Like you feel it a little bit in your back teeth. Okay. Now this is a sugary, sticky sweet. So you really want to clean your rims good. So that's what I'm going to do next. And my applesauce is just about ready to jar up. I did that in the next video you'll see from me. So I'm going to can them both together. That way I only have to run the canner once, because it's 10 minutes water bath for both recipes. So very easy, and I think we're going to be all set here. All right, so now we are getting our lids and rings on. We're cleaning this sticky ooey gooey rim really good, especially after sticking my spoon in there and digging out some bits and pieces that I didn't want canned up in it. Okay, we are ready to can them up. So you guys will have to bear with me because I'm filming 2 different videos at the same time. So let's go in with our, see if we can fit these all in one level. I don't know if I can. Our pear honey. And this is hot water because we have hot jars going in, so you never want to do cold jars in a hot water bath canner or hot jars in a cold canner. Make sure that they're the same temperature, close to anyway. I think I'm going to be able to fit them all. And then I'm going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to start our timer for 10 minutes after it comes to a boil.